I was halfway through my leftover Thai curry when I heard the front door unlock. Not a knock. Not a doorbell. The actual sound of a key turning in my lock. I froze with my fork in midair. My sister Morgan walked in first, dragging 2 rolling suitcases behind her. Her husband Derek followed with a duffel bag over each shoulder. Then came their 2 kids, 9 and 11, both glued to their iPads. "Hey, Rachel!" Morgan called out like this was totally normal. "We're here." I set my fork down slowly. "I can see that. What's going on? Didn't Mom tell you?" She was already kicking off her shoes in my entryway. "We're staying with you for the week. The house is getting fumigated." My house is a 3-bedroom ranch in Tempe, Arizona. Nothing fancy, but it's mine. I'm 32, work as a medical transcriptionist from home, and I've lived alone since my divorce 2 years ago. The quiet is my favorite part. "Mom didn't tell me anything," I said, still sitting at my dining table in my pajama shorts and old college t-shirt. "Well, we're here now." Morgan was already walking down the hallway, opening doors. "Which room can we take?" Derek gave me an apologetic shrug and followed her. The kids had already claimed my couch. I sat there, my curry getting cold, trying to process what just happened. Morgan came back into the living room. "Okay, so Derek and I will take your room since it has the attached bathroom. The kids can take the guest room. You can sleep on the couch, right? It's only a week." "Morgan, you can't just..." "Rachel." She put her hand on her hip. "It's 1 week, you live here alone, you don't even use that guest room. What's the big deal? What's the big deal?" I wanted to scream it, but I didn't. Because that's what I always did with Morgan. I stayed quiet. I let things happen. Our whole lives. She'd been the loud one, the demanding one, and I'd been the accommodating one. "Fine," I heard myself say. 1 week. Morgan smiled. "Thanks, sis. Oh, and I need you to watch the kids tomorrow. I have a hair appointment at 10, and Derek has golf." She didn't wait for an answer. She was already heading back to start unpacking in my bedroom. My bedroom. I picked up my phone and texted my mom. "Did you know Morgan was coming to stay with me?" 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. No response. The first night was chaos. The kids fought over the TV remote until almost midnight. Derek raided my fridge and complained I didn't have any beer. Morgan took a 40-minute shower, using all my expensive shampoo. The one I splurge on because I work from home and it's my one luxury. I slept on my own couch. In my own house. The next morning, I woke up at 6:30 to Morgan shaking my shoulder. "Rachel, wake up." I blinked up at her. She was already dressed, makeup done, hair flat ironed. "I need you to make breakfast for everyone. The kids like pancakes. Derek wants eggs and bacon. I'll have just coffee and toast." I sat up slowly. "Morgan, I have work today. I start at 7. It won't take that long, just throw some stuff together." She was checking her reflection in the hallway mirror. "And make sure the kids brush their teeth. They'll fight you on it." "Wait, you're leaving now? I thought your appointment was at 10. I'm getting my nails done first." She grabbed her purse. "Bye." The door closed behind her. I looked at Derek, who was now sitting at my dining table scrolling through his phone. "I guess I'm making breakfast," I said. He didn't look up. "Cool. I'm starving." I made pancakes, I made eggs, I made bacon. The kids complained the pancakes weren't fluffy enough. Derek asked if I had hot sauce, then criticized the brand I had. Nobody said thank you. At 7:15, I finally sat down at my computer to start work. Within 5 minutes, the kids were fighting over the bathroom. Then they needed help finding the TV remote. Then they were hungry again. I spent my entire workday being interrupted. By 5 p.m., I was exhausted, behind on my transcriptions, and my head was pounding. Morgan came home at 6:30 with shopping bags. "Did you have a good day with the kids?" she asked, not waiting for an answer. "What's for dinner?" I stared at her. "What's for dinner?" "Yeah, I'm exhausted from all that shopping. Can you whip something up?" That's when something inside me cracked. Not broke, just cracked. Enough to let a little bit of anger seep through. "No," she laughed. "What?" "No, I'm not making dinner. Order pizza or something." Her face changed. Seriously? Rachel, we're family. I can't believe you're being so selfish right now. Selfish? Yes, you have this whole house to yourself. No husband, no kids, you work from home in your pajamas. The least you can do is help out when family needs you. I felt my face get hot. Derek was watching from the couch now. Even the kids had paused their game. Get out, I said quietly. Excuse me? Get out of my house. Morgan laughed again, but it sounded nervous. You're being ridiculous. Where are we supposed to go? I don't care. A hotel. Mom's house. Your house once it's done being fumigated, but you're not staying here. Rachel, I mean it, Morgan. Pack your stuff and leave. She tried arguing for another 10 minutes. She called me selfish, ungrateful, bitter about my divorce. She said I was jealous of her perfect family. She even cried a little, but I didn't budge. And I think that shocked her more than anything. They packed up. Derek was silent the whole time, which somehow felt worse than if he'd yelled. The kids kept asking what was happening. Morgan told them, Aunt Rachel is having a bad day. After they left, I locked the door and leaned against it. My house was quiet again. Messy, but quiet. Then my phone started blowing up. First Morgan. I can't believe you kicked us out. Wait until Mom hears about this. Then my mom. Morgan said you threw them out on the street? What's wrong with you? Then my aunt. Your sister needed help and you turned your back on family. Shameful. I turned my phone off. The next morning, I woke up in my own bed. I made coffee. I worked in peace. And every time I felt guilty, I reminded myself of one thing. They never asked. They just took. That weekend, my mom called. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail saying we needed to talk about my behavior and how I was tearing the family apart. I deleted it, but the messages kept coming. My cousin texted asking what happened. My uncle called to tell me I was being dramatic. Even my dad, who usually stayed out of things, sent a message saying I should be the bigger person. Be the bigger person. I'd heard that my whole life. And it always meant the same thing. Let Morgan do whatever she wants and don't complain about it. 2 weeks later, I got a text from Morgan. Are you really not going to apologize? I typed back. For what? She didn't respond. But she did tell everyone I was being unreasonable. Suddenly, I was the villain in every family group chat. People who hadn't talked to me in years had opinions about my choices. I started wondering if I had overreacted. Maybe I should have just dealt with it for 1 week. Maybe I was being too sensitive. Then I found something that changed everything. I was cleaning out my email when I came across an old message from Morgan from 6 months earlier. She'd asked if she could stay with me for a few days while their house was being painted. I'd said yes, of course. Those few days had turned into 2 weeks. During that time, Morgan had criticized everything about my house, reorganized my kitchen without asking, and invited people over for a dinner party I had to help host. I'd forgotten about it. Or maybe I'd buried it. But seeing that email reminded me. This wasn't the first time. It wasn't even the second time. Morgan had a pattern. She'd show up, take over, make demands, and I'd accommodate. Then she'd leave and everything would go back to normal until the next time she needed something. And I'd let it happen. Every single time. A month after that, my mom invited me to Sunday dinner. I went, figuring enough time had passed. I was wrong. The moment I walked in, Morgan and Derek were there. My mom had set this up. We need to talk about what happened, my mom said before I'd even sat down. There's nothing to talk about, I said. You embarrassed your sister, my mom said. She was going through a difficult time. Her house was being fumigated. I interrupted. That's not a difficult time. That's an inconvenience. You could have been more understanding. I looked at Morgan. She was sitting there with her arms crossed, looking victimized. Did you tell Mom that you took my bedroom? That you made me sleep on the couch in my own house? That you left your kids with me when I had to work? That you never once asked if any of this was okay? Morgan's face flushed. I didn't think I needed to ask. You're my sister. Exactly, I said. I'm your sister. Not your free hotel and babysitter. Girls, my mom started. No, Mom. I'm done. I stood up. I'm done being the one who always accommodates everyone else. I'm done feeling guilty for having boundaries. And I'm done with family dinners where I'm ambushed and made to feel like I'm the problem. I left. My mom called me selfish. Morgan posted something vague on Facebook about family disappointment. A few relatives unfollowed me on social media. And you know what? I was okay, because my house stayed quiet, my bed stayed mine, and I learned something important. No is a complete sentence. The weeks turned into months. I threw myself into work, picked up some new hobbies, started going to therapy. My therapist told me something that stuck with me. You've been trained to believe that your needs don't matter as much as everyone else's. Unlearning that is going to feel wrong at first. She was right. It did feel wrong. Every time I thought about Morgan and the kids, I felt guilty. Every time my mom left another voicemail, I wondered if I was being too harsh, but then I'd remember. Morgan never apologized. She never acknowledged that showing up unannounced was wrong. She never admitted that taking my bedroom was disrespectful. She just expected me to get over it. A few months later, Morgan texted me asking if her family could stay with me for Thanksgiving weekend. I didn't even hesitate. No, she responded. Wow, still holding a grudge? I typed back. Not a grudge. A boundary. She left me on red. My mom tried one more intervention, this time at a coffee shop. She said I was being stubborn and that family should always come first. Why? I asked. That stopped her. Why should family always come first, especially when they don't respect me? Because that's what family does, she said, like it was obvious. No, Mom, that's what I did. For years. And all it got me was people thinking they could walk all over me whenever it was convenient. So you're just going to cut everyone off? No, I said. I'm going to have relationships with people who respect me. And if that means some family members aren't included, then that's their choice, not mine. She didn't like that answer. But I didn't care anymore. Around Christmas, something unexpected happened. My younger cousin Jenna reached out. She said she'd heard about what happened with Morgan and wanted to talk. We met for coffee, and she told me something I didn't know. Morgan had done the same thing to her 2 years ago. Showed up unannounced, stayed for 3 weeks, left the place a mess, never thanked her. I never said anything because I thought everyone would take her side, Jenna said. But when I heard you stood up to her, it made me feel less alone. Turns out, I wasn't the only one. Morgan had a history of this with multiple family members. They'd all just stayed quiet because that's what you did in our family. You didn't make waves, but I'd made waves. And some people were grateful for it. Where are you watching from right now? Drop your location in the comments and tell me. Has anyone in your family ever treated your home like a free hotel? What did you do about it? The truth is, I didn't lose my family when I set that boundary. I lost the version of myself that believed being a doormat was the same as being loving. My house is still quiet. I still work from home in my pajamas. I still have my expensive shampoo. And now? Nobody has the key to my front door except me. I thought setting boundaries would make me lonely. Instead, it made me free. Morgan and I don't talk much now. When we do, it's surface level. How's work? How are the kids? Happy birthday. That kind of thing. And honestly, that's enough. Because I learned that family isn't about who you're related to. It's about who treats you like you matter. Last month, Morgan's youngest had a birthday party. I was invited. I went, stayed for an hour, brought a nice gift. It was fine. Cordial. We didn't talk about what happened. We probably never will. But here's the thing I realized. I don't need her to acknowledge what she did. I don't need an apology. I don't need her to understand. I just need my boundaries respected. And if she can't do that, then we'll just stay at this surface-level relationship. My mom still thinks I overreacted. My dad still says I should let it go. But they've stopped pushing. And the rest of the family? Some of them get it now. Some of them never will. And that's okay too. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because I've got more stories about standing up for yourself when family crosses the line. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next one. The best part about all of this? I sleep better now. Not just because I'm in my own bed instead of the couch, but because I'm not carrying around resentment anymore. I used to lie awake thinking about all the times Morgan had taken advantage of me. All the times I said yes when I wanted to say no. All the times I put her needs before mine. Now, I sleep like a baby, because I learned that family isn't about who you're related to. It's about who treats you like you matter, and I matter.